Jerry David here with the PPOC National Image Competition, getting ready for 2018, along with Charles Vandenhouten and the entire NEC. Welcome, and we hope you're getting ready to enter image competition. We really want everyone to enter, and I want to actually take a minute to talk about accessibility and inclusion. The whole idea behind the rule set for image competition is to give hopefully clear guidance on how to enter, how to get from, we can't tell you how to take the pictures, we can't tell you anything about that, that's all up to you. However, once the pictures are taken, once they're ready to start preparing, we want to make it accessible for everyone. So if you have, if you are differently abled and you need some help with this, we will help you. We'll either give you guidance or we'll step it up. I have helped members in the past, many of them who just struggled with understanding the rules. Sometimes they're not easy. Other ones may have had a disability and they needed some help with some work. There's over 200 entries every year. I can't probably help 200, although I would certainly try. But if you do need help, please contact me, 403-816-9935 or geraldpdavid@me.com. The idea behind being the image competition chair is not to put things in place that don't help you enter, but they're to put things in place to help you enter, to make it possible. So please give me a call. Okay, we're going to talk about two very different things today that seem very similar. Oh, I don't know what that is. Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, let me just get rid of that. They seem very similar, but they're not. They're called title and file name. Your image title is here's a screenshot of the portal. Your image 1 title, in this case, is the title as you wish for it to be read. This is not the file name. So I'll give you an example. Whatever you type in here is going to come across. I'm going to type over here. I'll put in my member number. Let's just say you decide that you're going to put this here. I'll tell you what, this is great. You put all 4 images. This is what's going to happen when the database comes across in the field that gets printed for the reader. So this is the reader, the Lightroom operator, and the reader, that's the person who says the title name to the judges. So you have a person sitting there, they have a piece of paper in front of them, and they look down and they'll see this, and they'll read out A965-1 _ image name here for image 1. I'm pretty sure that's not what you intended for it to be. Let's even put in a real name because, why not? Let's go with inside joke here. All right, Serenity. So they will read A965-1 _ Serenity. Probably not going to be very impactful to the judges. Now, not only is it not impactful, it would actually disqualify you because you will have identified yourself via member number, so the judges won't be able to judge you. So let's try another one. How about something that you might wish to do? You type in image 1 Serenity because you know what, that's the way you originally saved your file. This is going to get read as image 1 _ Serenity because that's how we perceive that you want it to be read, because that's what you're putting here. Now, very important, I'm probably going to have to contact you. There's 200 entries and 800 images on average that goes into image competition. We'd like to get that over 1,000 actually, so to anybody listening, please enter. It's a great way to improve and get your photography looked at. Anyhow, I will probably get in touch with you and say, was your intention to name this image Serenity, and do I have permission to change it? And if I have to do that 800 times, it's going to be a really long day for me. So I would prefer not to. What is the proper thing to put in this case under image 1 title? Serenity. Simple as that. Nothing else. Now, what about another common mistake? Let's put serenity.jpg because it says it has to be in a JPEG format. This is not your where you put in your image file name. You don't put your file name in here. If you put .jpg, this is going to get read as serenity.jpg or serenity.jpg. Again, I don't think you want that. What is the only proper name here? Serenity. Okay. Let's try something different. Let's get into it, okay? Image names are so important, and we are not all great at pronunciation. I've seen lots of mistakes made. I've made them myself. We want you to be successful, and we want your image to be impactful. So if you are going to put in a title that has any question about how something is pronounced, I would suggest that in brackets you put the pronunciation. I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to give hats off to Fantram, an image that he put in, a wonderful image, and it was called Hamong Ladies. Now, I looked this up, okay? Matter of fact, I will show you what I looked up. I'm going to see, it's Hamong.
Hamong.
So I knew how to pronounce it. However, the title, and Fam wouldn't have known this, the title, Hamong Ladies, could get read as Mong or Hemong or something. So if it were me, and if I was doing this, or if I could recommend it to anybody, I would do one of the following. I would put this. Worst case scenario, this gets read as Hamong, pronounced Hamong Ladies. Somebody might ask, in the audience, what is Hamong? And then somebody will look it up and answer them, hopefully. The point is that having a difficult pronunciation, it's good to make it clear. Here's one. Let's just pretend it was. Oh boy, this is a tough one. I'm just trying to think of something that. Okay, we're going to get into now. Rather than pronunciation, we're going to get into indications on how to read a title. The operators and the title readers are instructed to look for grammar. So I'm going to give you a title. Let's see. Okay, this is one of an image that I put in, and this would get read as 3 barrels, 2 hearts, 1 dream. When I wrote the title, I wanted it to be like this. Okay? This is why. A reader will be instructed to read this as 3 barrels, 2 hearts, 1 dream, even though I wrote here's. They all take a very short pause between each one of these. It has an impact. Okay? If it's a good image, it'll have an impact. The judges will get it. Judges, you can't talk enough about how a title describes an image. It's just, the titling is so important. I can't say enough about it. Okay, other things. Okay, here's one again that I did. Okay, that was my title. This would get read as, I am in the room, talk about me. If I put it in like this, it would get read as, I am in the room, talk about me. I think that's less impactful. I know it's small, it's subtle. If I put it in like this, well, first of all, it's a caps lock, so it has to all get yelled out. I'm not going to do that. I am in the room, talk about me. Or somebody might even, I'm in, and they won't be able to read it. You can see the importance of image titles. This is how you do them. They're so hard to choose. So many people put a lot of work into this. I would suggest try not to put anything to chance. Okay, try not to put anything to chance by not having it pronounced properly, not having the proper grammar. It's important. Okay. Your file name. Wow, can't say enough about this. File name is really, it's in the rules. It shows how your file name is supposed to be written. And it's very simple. It's your member ID with no hyphens. A hyphen. Your image number, an underscore, and your image title. What you write here matters for me in that I do connect this eventually to the title, and if I lose something or something gets lost in somewhere, I can refer to it. So in this case, I personally might have put it as so there's my image title. That's a proper image title right there. I know that the image competition chair, if this image ends up somewhere on his desktop instead of in the right folder, is going to be able to connect these to me. That's so important. Okay, I can show you a copy of the spreadsheet I get. There's 800 images on there. Making this connection can be a real challenge. Here's what is not a proper file name. Okay, that's, sorry, in many cases this is out of camera. Okay, this happens where you get somebody send in the actual out of camera image name. Not going to work. I might even get this. Okay, I'm not going to type the whole thing. Why will this not work? Well, the database has to do some machinations with this particular file name, and the first thing it looks for, and it does look for it, there's a script that says look for the dash. It looks for the dash and it separates the member name or the member number from the image number. In this particular case, it is not going to find a dash and is going to return an error, and I'm going to have to do some work. I can tell you this is probably one of the most common errors I see, is getting that _1. Please, please, please try hard to put that dash in. Okay, I'd really appreciate it. Let's see, what else do I get? I get that, again, no dash, so that won't work. I get that's gonna work, but it's gonna be wrong because it's gonna assume that image number after it finds the dash is 965, and the member ID won't be complete, so it's not gonna be able to find you. All right, you get the idea. There's a lot of little things that can go wrong here. Another common error, you see this a lot in accreditation. So everybody, you're going along and you're doing great. You get the whole thing in, and then you do this. All right, this is technically how your file name is going to come across if you did this first one, okay? Your program, whether it be Photoshop, whether it be Lightroom, whether it be Aperture, it doesn't matter, On1, Capture One, when you export something and title it and you export it as a JPEG, your software appends the name with a .jpg. It does that, okay? If you name something like this and then download it, this is what happens and export it. Okay, and again, this happens a lot. I see a lot of this, and it gets frustrating because this is what happens. Now, it doesn't seem like it's a big deal, but again, in accreditation especially, this will not properly get recognized by the database. So do not add the .jpg in your file name. What I do, and again, this is just, I'm not saying end all and be all, I actually have a folder on my Mac that allows me, sorry, I'm just trying to remember oh, here it is, yeah, so I have it there. I have the accreditation naming template and the competition naming template. I have these folders. So when I do an export, or when I do a file save as, I'll do file save as, I'll come to this folder and I'll click on this, and it'll automatically create that name. And I can go through and I'll give you an example here, okay? File, I'm gonna do an export as JPEG, and I'm gonna, basically what I do is, as I'm saving it, it's not gonna work here because I didn't do a file save as, sorry. But I refer to that name, and it's really, it helps me a lot because I'm able to look at it and realize, okay, that's what I do, that's what I need to do. And it gives me a great idea on how to do things. Sorry, it gives me good guidance on how to do it. Okay, so really important on doing that, and I can't tell you enough. It helps me tremendously. Sorry, I'm trying to find all the different things that I have open here. Okay, please, there's a reason why we do it this way. And again, I'm going to restate, if you have any type of, if you're ability challenged or differently abled, please get in touch with me, and I'm happy to help you, whether it be through giving you direction or direct help, or find somebody who can help you. If not, I'd really appreciate it if you work hard on getting this correct. It helps me a lot, and yeah, it's important. And hopefully I won't be emailing you and asking you to change anything or correct anything. Thanks so much. And again, this particular episode was on image titles versus file names. I'm going to have a whole section as well on showing how to, I actually did a whole section on exporting proper sizes, and in that it actually talks about file names as well. So I'm gonna you can go look at that video as well. Thanks again, and on to the next video.